Well, let's lead that off with our Friday morning panel involving Bridget McKenzie and Zali Steggall. Good morning to you both. So, Bridget, we'll start with you and what is the answer to this? Just a note too that Mark Butler will be on next hour to talk more to that.
Well, I think one of the biggest lies of the last election campaign, Pete, was that all you would need to access quality healthcare in this country was going to be your Medicare card. The Prime Minister had backdrops, had, jackets, T-shirts, pulling his card out at every available opportunity. And the reality is Australians are paying $50 out of pocket on average to see their GP and $117 on average to see specialists. Now, for many, many Australians, particularly those with young families where you might need additional visits or more than just one, that is out of the reach of family budgets. We used to be a country where our universal healthcare system was the envy of the world, because no matter whether you lived in Toorak or, Tutgaruk, you would be able to access quality care for an affordable price, and that is failing under the Labor Party. So they've had 3.5 years to get this right, and it's going backwards, not in the right direction.
Well, this is why I feel like this is part of why so many people, just as an aside to all of that, so many people are just going to ChatGPT and, trying to work out, what to do from...
Self-diagnosing.
They're doing so much of that. I mean, geez, I think I've even done that a few times in the past. You're consulting Dr. Google and there's all sorts of things wrong with you, but it's too expensive to go and see. Zali, what's your response to this and how to reduce these costs?
Look, it's a tricky problem, and it's difficult. I mean, Bridget's outlined the problem, but we actually really need to try and talk about what are the solutions, right? We can apply blame, but we know the gap has been getting bigger between, obviously the Medicare was frozen for a long time, and so the gap actually got bigger for a lot of medical experts in terms of delivering their services compared to what they could get back. So we need to find a balance. I definitely support greater transparency around understanding why specialists are charging so much. I think there needs to be better information for people to really be able to, shop around, but it's really hard when you're talking about health, right, and expertise, and you want to be able to access the best. So Australia has I think Australia's health system is the envy of the world. Our Medicare system is phenomenal when you compare to other countries, but it is a huge cost to the budget, and it's a really huge cost to the household budget as well. So finding the balance is not easy. I hope everyone in Parliament can come together to look at the solutions rather than just the problem without really putting forward a solution.
All right, another note there. Mark Butler is on next hour's a press conference to outline much of that. Now, this one's for you, Zali, because momentum appears to be building among disaffected small L Liberals and Teals for a new centre-right political movement. So this is in the AFR today, that there are fears that the Liberal Party is becoming an irretrievable political force and Australia risks becoming a one-party state like Victoria, SA and WA. So, Zali, I'll start with you on that. Again, Phil Curry's written it up, but as the OG Teal, is there a breakaway party forming involving some Libs and Teals?
No, but
Centre-right?
I can understand why so many people are concerned. With the coalition abandoning net zero, it says they are not listening to the electorate, certainly not listening to an electorate like mine or urban electorates, which are asking any party that wants to form government to have policies that actually address the current problems and the current environment when it comes to our energy production. So, abandoning net zero just shows the coalition is in complete denial and completely removed from the considerations of so many electorates. So I think, yes, there is a concern that the coalition is becoming more and more irrelevant and fringe, and you see the growth of One Nation, which is incredibly concerning. So I think, as we've seen over the last few elections, communities are mobilising to look for alternative options, and I think that is going to continue to grow.
Do you know of any of your Teal colleagues that might be interested in forming a breakaway?
Look, I don't know, but again, it's it's a conversation that people come up to me all the time asking me, if or when would we form a party. I know there's a lot of concerns. I think we have to think more flexibly about the system, and giving communities a voice is the most important part. And so how can we in fact continue to do politics differently and not make the mistakes of all the traditional old-fashioned parties?
So, well, let's go to you, Bridget.
Okay.
I mean, you've still got Queensland, you've still got the NT, you maybe even got a resurgent Victorian Liberal Party, so all hope isn't lost.
Well, I think Phil's got it wrong if he's thinking the Teals political party will be a centre-right party. The reality is they vote overwhelmingly with the Labor Greens, and suddenly in a Labor environment, they're increasingly irrelevant. So I'm not surprised they're seeking to raise their stocks like this. The reality is the Liberal Party and the National Party need to be deeply engaged with our community. That's how you become more relevant, and I know the Liberal Party's made a commitment to do that. But I would be asking Zali, like the Teals political party is a protest movement, just like One Nation, just like the Greens. And if they're going to become a political movement more than a protest party, to become a party of government, they need to diversify. We need to have people from public schools, people from diverse, less elite backgrounds, some men even, so that they can appeal to a broader cross-section of the Australian community rather than the very bespoke communities they exist in now. And I think for the Liberal Party, they've made the commitment to engage with the local communities, and that's exactly what needs to be done in modern politics.
OK. Your response, Zali. Go.
Oh, look, it's always interesting to listen to Bridget tell us how we should suck eggs, but that's okay. At the end of the day,
I have to listen to you do it. You just do it with a
our community
smile.
Okay, Pete. Bridget seems to know exactly how we should be doing it. So at the end of the day, our communities are very mobilised. They're very concerned about key issues: fiscal responsibility, climate change, how do we address climate risk, keeping insurance affordable. These are issues that really drive momentum within our communities. And the reality is the coalition has no answers, no solutions to the problems that they face.
We will leave it there. Good to talk to you, ladies, though. Appreciate it as always. We'll see you again soon. Zali and Bridget, thank you. Have a great weekend.